DOJ Special Counsel Jack Smith is now formally setting his sights on Donald Trump for a criminal indictment tied to his attempts to overturn the 2020 election. If this goes through, it would mark Trump's third indictment overall, and it's especially notable for three major reasons. First, this would be the first time ever Trump gets indicted for actions he took as president. The current DOJ case against him deals with the classified documents he took after leaving office, and the New York case centers on what he allegedly did in 2016 before he became president. Second, this matters because there are clear indications that the DOJ is pursuing Trump for the most serious accusations yet allegations that he, to put it plainly, functioned like a criminal president and abused his power. And this is honestly just wild. Wild in the sense that it shows how Trump is openly using Congress as a weapon to go after the people who investigated him. Because what's happening now is that House Republicans have subpoenaed Jack Smith, yes, the same Jack Smith who investigated Trump, who brought charges over classified documents, who prosecuted him for January 6. Jack Smith was simply doing his job as a federal prosecutor. Now Republicans are hauling him in. They want his documents. They want him to sit for a deposition on December 17. They are investigating the investigator. They're trying to tear Jack Smith down, and Trump is absolutely thrilled about it. He's cheering them on, demanding Smith testify on camera so he can attack him publicly. Trump is calling him a sick man, a criminal, saying he should be prosecuted for doing his job as special counsel. But before we go deeper, real quick, let's be honest here. Mainstream media isn't exactly trustworthy anymore. That's why we built Pump Politics, to give real stories, real context, without the corporate filter. If you want the news without spin, join our free newsletter. We send everything straight to your inbox daily. Links in the description. And if you just want to support the mission, come be part of the community that still cares about the truth. Alright, back to the video. This is a massive development. And the first sign that Smith was zeroing in on Trump actually came from Trump himself. Trump posted online today saying the DOJ and Smith's team notified him on Sunday that he was a target and that he has 4 days to appear before the grand jury, which almost always signals an arrest and an indictment. He got a letter from the Justice Department. We've got breaking news coming in. And instantly, former President Donald Trump put out a statement making his legal situation the central issue in his 2024 campaign to return to the White House. And this is fully authoritarian behavior. This is exactly what happens in dictatorships. Dictators investigate and punish the people who dare investigate them. Dictators use the state as a tool against their enemies. Dictators eliminate anyone bold enough to challenge or hold them accountable. And that's exactly what Trump is doing right now. Trump is leveraging presidential power. He's using a Republican-controlled Congress as his personal weapon. Trump is going after Jack Smith. Trump is trying to destroy him as a threat. Here's what actually went down. Jack Smith was appointed special counsel by Attorney General Merrick Garland during the Biden administration to investigate Trump. Smith examined Trump's classified documents handling. He examined Trump's alleged involvement in January 6 and his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. He brought indictments. He pursued prosecution in federal court. But then Trump won the 2024 election and returned to power in January 2025, and suddenly the cases began to crumble. The classified documents case got tangled up as Judge Aileen Cannon issued ruling after ruling that benefited Trump. The January 6 case was impacted by the Supreme Court's ruling on presidential immunity. The prosecutions fell apart. Smith eventually withdrew. He filed his reports, stepped down as special counsel, and the cases were effectively over. Trump walked away untouched. But Trump isn't satisfied just beating the cases. Trump wants revenge. Trump wants to punish Smith. Trump wants retribution. So now he's using Congress as his instrument. House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan, basically Trump's puppet, subpoenaed Smith. They want documents by December 12th. They want a deposition on the 17th. They want to grill Smith about his investigation. They want to expose him. They want to smear him. They want to tear him down. And Trump is orchestrating all of it. Trump is publicly demanding Smith's testimony. Trump is calling him deranged. Trump is calling him a criminal. Trump wants Smith prosecuted. Trump wants Smith jailed. Trump is throwing every weapon he has at him. And this is pure revenge. Straight retaliation. Smith investigated Trump. Smith filed cases. Trump beat some and dodged others. Trump didn't go to jail. But he's still furious. And now he's wielding presidential power to go after Smith. Trump is directing Congress to investigate him. Trump is using government authority to punish a prosecutor who did his job. And the timing couldn't be better for Trump. The Supreme Court just gave him sweeping power to fire anyone in the executive branch without cause. Trump can now remove any prosecutor, any official, anyone who stands in his way. Meanwhile, Congress is subpoenaing Smith, investigating him, trying to break him, and Trump is sitting in a position of immense power. Trump can use government force however he wants. And this sets a terrifying precedent. It signals to future prosecutors exactly what happens if you investigate a president. If you go after a president and that president gets re-elected, you're the one who will be investigated. You're going to be subpoenaed. Attacked. Your career destroyed. That's a chilling effect. It discourages prosecutors from holding presidents accountable. That's how dictators eliminate checks on their power. That's how dictators become untouchable. And Republicans are fully on board. They're subpoenaing Smith. They're investigating him. They're attacking him. They've dropped even the appearance of independence. They're functioning as Trump's attack dogs. They're turning Congress into Trump's personal revenge machine. They're helping dismantle the rule of law. And Democrats can't stop it. They're in the minority. They can protest. They can call it out. But they can't halt the subpoenas, can't protect Smith, can't stop Trump from targeting his enemies. They're watching the rule of law unravel in real time. And the public doesn't grasp the gravity. Most people think this is just political drama. They don't understand this is the collapse of the rule of law. They don't understand this is the end of independent prosecution. They don't understand Trump is positioning himself as a leader who can punish those who investigate him. This is authoritarianism happening out in the open. And it's serious. Deeply serious. This is Trump using presidential power in Congress to go after a prosecutor. This is Trump creating a future where presidents punish those who investigate them. This is Trump shattering the Justice Department's independence. This is the destruction of accountability. Let me break down what people are completely missing about the Jack Smith subpoena. Because it's far more significant than typical congressional oversight. When people hear that Congress is subpoenaing a prosecutor, they think, okay, Congress is looking into something. But this is far bigger. This is the death of the rule of law. This is the dismantling of prosecutorial independence. This is Trump using governmental power to target someone who dared to investigate him. This is Congress becoming Trump's instrument of personal vengeance. This is the collapse of American checks and balances. Let's start with who Jack Smith actually is. Smith is a career federal prosecutor. He was appointed special counsel by Merrick Garland under Biden to investigate Trump. A special counsel is supposed to operate independently from the president, able to investigate the president without political interference, shielded from retaliation. That's the entire purpose of creating a special counsel. The role was made to protect prosecutors from political consequences while examining powerful officials. And Smith had two major assignments: Trump's classified documents handling, and Trump's role in January 6 and efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Smith took these cases seriously. He gathered evidence, interviewed witnesses, reviewed documents, and brought indictments. He attempted to prosecute Trump based on the evidence his team found. Then Trump won the 2024 election, returned to office, and everything shifted. The classified documents case bogged down in legal disputes under Judge Cannon. The January 6 case got kneecapped by the Supreme Court immunity ruling. The prosecutions collapsed. Smith withdrew. He submitted his reports. He resigned as special counsel. There are no active cases left. Trump beat them. But Trump wasn't content with just winning. Trump wants retribution. Trump wants to punish Smith. Trump wants to make an example out of him. Trump wants to ensure no prosecutor ever investigates a president again. So Trump is now using Congress to crush Smith. House Republicans, fully aligned with Trump, subpoenaed Smith. They want his documents. They want a December 17 deposition. They want to interrogate him about the investigation. They want to tear him down. Trump is pushing it all. Trump is calling for public testimony. Trump says Smith should be prosecuted. Trump says he belongs in jail. Trump is launching a full-scale retaliation campaign. And here's the part people need to understand: Smith didn't break any laws. Smith followed the law. He carried out a legitimate investigation with real evidence. He advanced real legal arguments. He did exactly what prosecutors are supposed to do. But Trump doesn't care. For Trump, the crime is daring to investigate him. That alone justifies revenge. This sets a catastrophic precedent. It tells future prosecutors, investigate a president, and if that president returns to power, you're done. You'll be dragged before Congress. Your documents seized. Your reputation attacked. Your career ruined. You'll be threatened with prosecution. Who would risk investigating a president under those conditions? That's exactly what Trump wants: a system where presidents are immune from accountability. This fits Trump's broader pattern. He goes after prosecutors, judges, FBI agents, military officers, anyone who challenges him. Now he's targeting the special counsel who investigated him. And Republicans are enabling him. They're subpoenaing Smith, attacking him, helping Trump carry out his revenge. They've abandoned independence and become instruments of Trump's will. Here's what really matters. 1. Smith did his job. He investigated Trump, followed the evidence, brought legitimate cases. 2. Trump is retaliating. He's using government power to punish a prosecutor who investigated him. 3. Prosecutorial independence is collapsing. Future prosecutors will fear investigating presidents. 4. The rule of law is collapsing. Trump is showing that presidents can punish investigators. 5. Republicans are enabling it. They're turning Congress into Trump's revenge arm. 6. This shapes America's future. Future presidents will follow this blueprint, using state power for personal vengeance. Once this becomes normal, democracy is done. The rule of law is gone. Authoritarianism replaces it. So this Jack Smith subpoena isn't just political noise. It's the destruction of prosecutorial independence. It's the government being used to punish a president's enemies. It's Congress acting as Trump's weapon. It's the unraveling of accountability. Democrats can't stop it. They're stuck watching. And the public doesn't recognize the danger. They think it's political theater. They don't see that this is the death of democratic checks. This is serious. Extremely serious. This is the moment when prosecutors lose independence and presidents gain unchecked power. This is when America edges into authoritarianism and most people don't even realize it's happening.